All right, we are live, motherfuckers. Welcome. We are the Keyboard Warriors. Shout out to all you loyal motherfuckers that hang out with us all the time. So welcome, fans, friends alike, and salty dickless basement dwellers. Go fuck yourself. Boys, we're here to talk about UFC 227 today. We'll talk about possibility of future fights, including Khabib, Conor McGregor, and the press conference on Friday. Who knows what's going to go down there? And of course, UFC Calgary. Let's actually kick off with that there, Fred. Dustin Poirier finishing off Eddie Alvarez. Does it bother you, like the cheap shot? Not the cheap shots, some of the illegal strikes. The 12-6 elbow was weird. It didn't even land to the head, right? It was like a little shoulder spot. And then people have been talking about this knee to the balls from Dustin to Eddie. Like, does it bother you at all?
Man, no. Goddamn MMA fans are worse than the goddamn left wingers these days. A bunch of fucking crybaby sissies.
Yeah.
Dustin won the fight, man. I mean, he just won the fight. That's all there is to it. What the fuck? Like, I seen that, like, this fight had, some controversy. I don't really get it. Controversy behind what? Like, look, did that elbow land to the head? Nah, it didn't. It's fucking illegal. What do you want the prick to do? And people act like, I just seen Brendan Schaub, like, low-key going off. Who was it? Goddard? Was he the one? The ref?
Yeah,
Goddard?
Mark Goddard.
Yeah. I seen Brendan Schaub going off on Goddard, like, he basically cost him the fight. Well, you get the fuck out of here. How is it his fight that when they got stood? How is it his fault that when they got stood up, Eddie got knocked the fuck out? It's not
Right.
Goddard's fucking responsibility to know that Eddie could have knocked out Dustin Poirier too, man. It's the rule. Look, if you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at the rule book. Like somebody get that fucking stupid rule the fuck out of here. But don't hate on Mark Goddard and don't try to say the fight was belled in controversy, man. Like,
Can,
go ahead.
can I hate on Mark Goddard? May I?
Yeah.
Okay, and here's my reasoning behind this. All right, I will concede that the 12-6 elbow, or quote unquote 12-6 elbow, because if you go back and look at the way he landed it, there's no way that he could have dropped the elbow straight down. Now go back and look at it. There's a little tiny bit of an arc where he brings the elbow towards himself right when he hits. So in my opinion, that's not even a 12-6 elbow. My more problem with Goddard is the fact that when he's defending himself on why he took away the position, it was a 3-strike rule, you're out type of deal with him. He said, oh, well, Eddie was grabbing onto the cage. Then he was sticking his fingers in his ear, or cupping Dustin Poirier's ear. And then the 12-6 elbow, yeah, well, that was enough. I had to do something. Like, okay, so he committed 2 fouls, basically, that Goddard saw, but didn't do anything about, up until he finally saw the third one, which was like, oh, whoa, okay, now I have a problem. See, this is the type of crap that pisses me off, because as a referee, you're supposed to be in there to make sure the rules are enforced. That 12-6 elbow, BS. It didn't do anything to change the course of the fight. Number one. Number two, it wasn't a proper 12-6 elbow, because in the position that Eddie Alvarez was in, he was sunk in his hips all the way up against Dustin Poirier. And there's no way, if you do that, you can generate enough of power on a 12-6 elbow. I mean, do it yourself right now. Lean right up against something, pick your elbow up and drop it down. Naturally, you're going to have an arc coming towards you. All right?
Man.
So in my opinion, wait. In my opinion, Mark Goddard's an idiot because he's defending himself about taking away the position when there was 2 other places that he could have said something or taken a point away. There's other things he could have done to make that fight more fair, quote unquote, and he chose to let 3 things slide before he finally did something about it. I think that's where I have a problem with Mark Goddard.
Okay.
Go ahead, Fred.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that the first 2 things, he should have just shut the fuck up about that. But the fact that Eddie couldn't generate a whole lot of force from that vantage point, and your bullshit about them being contorted up against it, man, I don't give a fuck. It looked like a fucking 12-6 elbow for the most of us. And look, does it matter if when I catch you in the jewels, it doesn't really affect the fight or hurt you? Or is it just the fact that I clipped you in the nuts where they stopped the fight and they split us up? He threw a fucking 12-6 elbow. The goddamn rule is to stop the fight, split them the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, we see a lot of illegal shots that aren't necessarily damning to the fight, but when it happens, man, can we all get the fuck out of here? I hate that shit. Guys get hit in the nuts all the time. They shake their little cup around, they move their fucking thigh. It's complete bullshit. They're not actually being hit in the nuts, or if they are, it don't hurt real bad. Because when you see a guy that really does get hit in the nuts, you can tell. They hit the fucking ground and they moan a bit.
they don't continue after a fight. Look, I agree with what you're saying, Fred, but I think the biggest problem there in that whole fight was the fact that if you look at that elbow, it's not a 12-6 elbow. A true 12-6 elbow is from 12 all the way straight down to 6, and there's an arc. And even any referee you talk to, if a elbow starts at 12 and ends at what is it, like 58 or whatever, or 29, it's not exactly straight down. It's not illegal. It's not an illegal blow. You could be millimeters from being at 12 and to 6 and you're fine. It's a stupid ass rule. And I agree with you, it's a stupid rule.
You cute Mexican cocksucker. Did you just say that if it's at 5:58, it's okay?
Yeah. Wait, ask
right the fuck out of here.
Ask any referee, and he'll tell you that if it's just a slight hair off, it's not illegal. But the straight top to bottom, straight north to south, 12-6, whatever you want to label it as, that's illegal. And that was not an illegal elbow. I don't care what everybody says. Go back and look at it.
Okay, listen. It doesn't matter. Either way, I think the idea that this fight shouldn't have controversy wrapped around it, man. Dustin Poirier beat Eddie Alvarez in this fight. Like this, I just feel like these, I mean, maybe, what if, whatever. They still got stood up. Eddie still got thunderstruck. His fucking striking defense is porous, to say the fucking least.
Oh, yeah.
He's always gotten by on the fact that he's a tough motherfucker that can take a fucking licking and keep on ticking. I mean, let's just stop with it. At the end of the day, Dustin Poirier is a better fighter than Eddie Alvarez. Could Eddie beat him in a fight if they fought 100 times? Sure.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we all have to admit that fucking Dustin Poirier is a better fighter than Eddie Alvarez. No, I mean, where's the fucking controversy? Like, people kill me. He won, man. He was low key winning that first fight. He got a little overwhelmed towards the end, but he's technically the better fighter. If they fought 100 times, Dustin Poirier wins 75.
I'd have to agree with that for sure. But Jesse, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, I agree with Fred. I think what we're looking at is Eddie Alvarez is the better street fighter, probably. Like, in one of those Nick Diaz, like, well, if you fought in the street, to the death, I'd probably win. Yeah. Like, probably Eddie Alvarez is probably the better fighter in that sense because he's using all the tricks of the trade, right? Raking the ear to hold the position, grabbing the fence, the 12-6 illegal elbows, knees to ground an opponent, all the stuff, right? He's just a fighter, he's just a grimy fighter. But like Fred said, Poirier is just the cleaner striker, better defense, better composed in the fight, and that's what showed. That's what showed in this fight.
I think you could make the argument even that Eddie Alvarez is harder to finish than Dustin Poirier. And I'm not trying to say that Dustin's soft or that he folds quickly, but Eddie is a tough guy to get out of there, man. And, I just think that it's an easier task to finish Dustin than it would be to finish Eddie, even though Dustin just finished Eddie, if you feel what I'm saying. Like, right. That's a big fact. Like, Eddie is fucking known to take a fucking beating and come right back out and land a heavy. He's a lot like Justin Gaethje in that regard. That's kind of one of his talents, is that you can throw him a beating and he's still probably going to come out and fuck you up in that second or third round. Dustin just happened to actually finish him.
Yeah, there you go, man. Shout out to people in the YouTube comments. We got Raiders here. Gary Costin, what up? Joey Trement. Oh, Jesus Christ. Joey asking, did Dickless show up? Dickless show up? I have no idea. He will sooner or later. Anyway, that was his nickname, by the way. He's the one that came up with that. All right, just if anyone wonders, our viewers are the shit. Anyway, all right. Any other fights on that card you guys want to talk about? Because it was.
Can we talk about the Jose Aldo fight and how disappointed I was in that fight and how everybody's like,
okay, real quick. Go ahead on that, Jesse. You were disappointed in that fight. Why?
I didn't see anything drastically to rant and rave about. I mean, it was Jose Aldo doing what Jose Aldo does.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work on this new breed of fighter. The same thing with JJ's fight. There's just nothing that gives me the impression that if you put either of these two fighters up against the champion, that it's going to be any different. It's just probably going to get worse from here on out.
All right. Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, Jesus, you once again have proved yourself to be a fucking moron. Now, with JJ, I'll give it to you. She didn't do much for me, and it is what it is. And I'll hand you this. I do not come away from this performance thinking that Jose Aldo needs another crack at Max. I do not. But go fuck yourself if this was not super fucking impressive from Jose Aldo. We all fucking thought he was going to come out there and get thunderstruck. And here's the impressive part. He fucking did. He got fucking rocked a couple times by Jeremy Stephens and lived to tell the tale and then finished him with a fucking body blow.
God, that was so beautiful.
It was fucking impressive. I'm not willing to say that Jose is back per se, but god damn it, that's a step in the right fucking direction.
Okay.
I mean, what the fuck? It don't get much better. He took a punch from probably one of the hardest pure hitters in the division. He took a couple of solid shots from him and then finished him with a unique strike. What the fuck more could you want from the cute cocksucker?
Look, it's hard to finish guys with body shots, but when you finish, man, it was. How many times have you seen Jeremy Stephens actually make a face that he's hurt?
Yeah.
Never. And he got hit so hard, his face goes, oh shit, and he covered up.
And you know what's beautiful about Jose? Jose's like the fucking anti-Ngannou, right?
Yeah.
He got beat twice, good beatings, and wasn't gun shy at all.
Yeah.
He got fucking cracked by Jeremy Stephens. And you know what he did? He fucking bit down on his mouthpiece and he shot a couple bombs back. He didn't land them, but it was enough to keep Jeremy fucking Stephens honest. And it was enough to back him up and for Jose to land. I thought Jose was hella impressive, man. And then when he hit him in the body, he fucking jumped on him like a shark. You know what I'm saying? He looked like the Jose of old.
Yeah.
Now, will that work against a Frankie Edgar or a Max Holloway? Maybe not. But what the fuck, man? That was definitely that's what Jose needed for all of us to at least be like, okay, then.
Right.
Okay.
It keeps everyone, all those people that were saying like if Jose loses this fight against Jeremy, he's got to retire. Right. No, he doesn't. Fucking clearly has a lot left in the gas tank.
Sure.
Okay.
So, Jesse, go ahead.
I agree with you guys. That was an impressive way to finish the fight. But again, what I'm talking about is I don't see anything here in this fight that gives me the belief that Jose Aldo is back, like Fred said. Nobody can claim that, and anybody that does is stupid. And there's just nothing there to give me the impression that Jose Aldo is going to make another run and win another title, unless he moves up a division. To me, how many of us would have bet against Jose Aldo when he was champion against Jeremy Stephens? Probably none of us, right?
Nobody would have voted against him.
And so after two losses to probably one of the best 145ers out there, now we're all doubting what Jose Aldo can do against some of the guys in the division. And even though I can count myself against a guy that thought that he was probably going to get knocked out in this fight, I could still say that Jose Aldo is still Jose Aldo. He's still dangerous. Even a lot of the older fighters, Vitor Belfort, you put him up against maybe like a number 25 ranked guy, he's still going to thunderstrike that guy. These guys don't lose what they have. But do they get better? No, that's what I'm saying. Jose Aldo is not better.
I mean, if you're looking for him to become this brand new fighter, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like he's age wise is very difficult for guys like that to improve. But
he was young. He's younger than Jeremy Stephens, I believe. Well, I think he's like 30.
But that's go fuck yourself on the fucking Vitor Belfort comparison, shitbird. This isn't the 25th ranked dude. This is like the dude who's ranked number 4 who's been knocking people out. I mean, Jose just had a very impressive performance. I mean, look, did he show anything in this fight that makes us think he could compete against Max? No. But stay tuned, motherfuckers. Let's see what he does again. I mean, look, okay. So here we go. What's next for Jose? Who should he fight next? I, for one, did not think he was going to win this fight at all. As a matter of fact, I thought I was so sure that he was going to lose it. I haven't even given no real thought to who he should fight had he won impressively until this very moment, actually. So who does he fight next?
Eddie, go ahead.
Who should he fight?
Who is let's see, what do we got going on here? Max is champ, right?
Max is champion. I mean, he's gonna end up fighting Brian next. So
obviously he's gonna get Ortega next. What do we got beyond that?
Okay. Who's Cub Swanson fighting this weekend? The winner of that fight, I would say.
Fair enough. I feel like Cub's fighting somebody I'm not hip to though, or something. Is he fighting a no-namer, kind of an up-and-coming Russian character or something?
Dude,
why do I not know who Cub Swanson's fighting?
I know he's fighting somebody because he was in camp with TJ.
Brazilian character.
Brazilian.
I'm gonna look it up.
One of those guys.
I can't remember who he's fighting.
I know he has a fight coming up. I think this weekend. I think that's a respectable person to put him up against, either Cub or whoever beats Cub.
Yo, real quick, and because I mean I can't stand UFC rankings, but I'm looking at the UFC rankings right now, and pound for pound #1 fighter, Daniel Cormier.
I'll take it.
Yeah, me too. Anyway,
take it.
Renato Moicano. He's fighting Moicano this weekend.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's right. He's fighting this weekend. Yeah.
No. If Moicano wins, I don't give a shit. Give him the next winner of the Bangers, Tough, whatever the fuck. But if Cub wins, then yeah, I can dig that. Give Cub to Jose next.
That's a rematch because Cub got fucking thunderstruck.
Yeah, but literally, what was that, like the fastest fucking fight in WEC history?
Yeah, between that one and the Chad Mendes fight, I think.
It was literally they started the fight, he threw a flying knee and caught Cub, and that was it. Literally.
Right. That's a perfect fight for Cub. Or something I heard, I think it was on one of the MMA podcasts I listened to. I think it was the Co-Main Event podcast. Somebody said Showtime, Pettis. We had that.
You know what? I'm not.
And we thought about it. Why not now?
What? You know what?
At 55? At 55?
Oh. Why not? Showtime moved back up to 55, didn't he?
Yeah. But if you give me that fight at 55, I'm in. I'm watching.
Yeah, but
why not?
I don't think. Well, listen. I love the fight, but I don't think. I think Jose don't want that. I think Jose. I think he wants that rematch with Max at 45, and I think that's his goal. But if he was willing to move around, that would be a fun fight. I tell you what, even that would be another fun fight. And I know that now we're just totally having in fantasy land. But Nate Diaz, if
Jose and Nate Diaz.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying it would be a fun fight. What the fuck?
Stop mentioning that name here.
The only reason I'm not mad at that Nate Diaz Jose Aldo fight at 55 is because Jose Aldo don't throw leg kicks no more. So I'm down to watch that.
It would be fun. Like I realize that's not Nate's not coming back for that one for sure. But
Yeah. But all right. So right now, Aldo, the only names I see on and I'm going off the rankings because fucking whatever. Right. But the only ones that I can see that Aldo could fight and then get another shot at Holloway would be like Frankie Edgar, Cub Swanson. If he beats, let's say he gets a Josh Emmett or Chad Mendes, a win there's not going to get you a title shot.
Who is the Korean Zombie fighting next?
I don't know, but he's ranked 9th. I don't know who he's fighting though.
I feel like he's got a fight coming up against somebody that matters.
He does. No, I'm pretty sure he's a.
That could be.
Can I throw you out another name then? Then I think two names that I think would work. Either Ricardo Lamas or Miles Jury.
Yeah, but Aldo smacks both those guys.
Well, Miles Jury is coming off the L too, right?
Yeah.
Who did he just lose to? That's lost to somebody. Was it? Who the fuck was that? And where's a fight? Mirsad Bektik. He 45?
Yeah, but in my opinion, he's still not there yet. I mean, he's pretty low on the. I mean, if you're going that low, you might as well go with somebody like Arnold Allen or Tukhimov or any one of those.
Jose Aldo beat up, but I think he's come off of L2. Who's the ugly little prick that's got the horrible tattoo? Darren Elkins.
Oh, Jesus.
But he just lost as well.
Who'd he fucking lose to? Give him one of those fucking winners. We can't remember.
So Miles Jury lost to Chad Mendes in the first round this last
there you go.
July.
I'm cool on that, but I want to see them fight for a fucking 45th time. I'm cool on that.
Yeah. But let me see. Darren Elkins just lost to. He lost to Alexander Volkanovski by decision.
Yep,
Same
there
fight.
you go. That's what
Same fight card as Chad Mendes.
Yeah, let's do fucking Lamas or something like that. Give
Yeah.
Jose a name we recognize, but let's just see if he's still there.
It'll either be that or he'll end up just waiting.
Or Cub Swanson. That's the fun one. If Cub Swanson can get this W, he's fighting this weekend too, right, Cub?
Correct.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's the right timeline too. If Cub can come out of this weekend unscathed, I think that's the perfect fight for him.
Right.
And then think about it this way.
You're out of here.
Go ahead, Fred.
I was just going to say, Jeremy Stevens, man, as much as I love him and he's such an action fighter, there's something about him. I can just see the UFC throwing him to the dogs, man. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Jeremy Stevens' rope is really short for some reason. I could be off on that, but I just feel like he's got 1 or 2 more L's in him and they're going to ship him right away to Bellator, Jack.
You know what I think? I think they relegate Stevens to more of a gatekeeper role, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that's perfect for him because he's a true test to anybody that wants to be, a top contender, but he's also just not good enough to beat the top guys. But the other thing I was saying is, if you're Swanson, I think
Oh, we lost him.
For the moment.
Jose. There you are. You there?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, yeah, it's all right.
Phone calls. I say Swanson and him hook it up, or at least both of them stay ready in case, when Max comes back, you take that last minute fight.
For sure.
All right. Real quick on the YouTube comments, Raider saying, "What the fuck? How can you be disappointed in that fight? It was fucking great, man." Joey Tremendous says, "You're high, Jesse," and then Raider says, "Jesse sucked the fun out of that fight." LOL. They're just fucking with you, dude. And then Dan, what up? Dan from Oregon was good. Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about this fight. Dan says, "Sup guys and gals, Henzo is now the king of Legends division, 51 motherfucker." Y'all see Henzo? First fight since 07, 51 years old.
Is that really his comment? 51 motherfucker?
Yeah.
Is he the guy that yelled that in the crowd after the fight ended?
I think that was just Henzo yelling that.
I
don't know who yelled that, but yeah, I forgot about that.
Who did Henzo fight?
Fuck.
Yuki Kondo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's another guy. It's like he's up in age too, but he's not 51.
No, I know Yuki Kondo. It's like Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? I remember watching Kondo fight in Pride when I was 6 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was cool to see Henzo win that shit. That was pretty legit. And then Gary Tonin won his fight that night too. Both won by rear naked choke, if I'm not mistaken. So that was pretty cool.
I don't know how I feel about these old school fights, to be honest with you, man. Like, I feel like in the beginning,
like Henzo or like
the
old guys.
I mean, I love Henzo. But one of my fucking probably most marked out moments when I was actually interviewing fighters was when we interviewed Henzo. Man, he is the coolest guy in the world.
He's the shit.
But what the fuck are we? It's I don't know, man. It's like watching Michael Jordan play basketball now. Like, it's just not. I don't know, man. I'm like Chuck and Tito are going to fight again, and I suppose there's a morbid curiosity there where I'll probably watch it like a jerk off. But at the end of the day, like each time this happens, I get a little less. You remember back in the day, the UFC sold us on Matt Hughes versus Royce Gracie. And like, I remember being genuinely pretty stoked for that fight. And then what we all kind of assumed would happen, happened.
Right.
Royce Gracie didn't have nothing for Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes learned just enough jiu-jitsu to use it against him and pound the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, we as real fight fans tune in to watch these fights because we're curious about who's going to win these fights and how these styles actually match up. Don't get me wrong, we're all a bit of a fucking maniacs and we like seeing people get the piss beat out of them too. But if that was the case, we'd all just be Neanderthals watching YouTube street fights, right? Like at the end of the day, we all do tune into this because there's a certain bit of fun not knowing what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like Jose Aldo and fucking Jeremy Stevens. I thought for sure Jose Aldo was getting knocked out, Jack. I thought for sure. And look what happened. Went the other fucking way. So I don't get a lot of that with these fucking legend fights. There's nothing there for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to see some old man get beat up real bad. And I mean, listen, Renzo Gracie would still beat the absolute dog shit out of me. He's probably, one of, I mean, with the utmost respect when I say an old man getting beat up. But I don't need, Renzo's fucking Renzo. I don't need to see him compete no more to get anything out of that, man. Like, congratulations to him. But like, I would, once these guys get there, I would much rather see Renzo walking out his protege and sitting in the corner and like knowing that young dude is a part of that lineage and them living vicariously through that guy. Because at a certain point, you're just old. It happens to all of us, man. No matter who you are, you get old, and then I don't want to watch you compete no more, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, I'm okay with him, like Renzo fighting someone like that old, right? Like someone that's around his caliber. I don't want to see fucking like Renzo fight fucking top 5 in the UFC right now. It's just some shit. It's just not. It's gonna get him killed, right? But like the whole thing with Chuck and Tito. And people keep giving me shit for it. I find nothing appealing about watching that fight, like at all. I find nothing appealing about it, and I really hope it doesn't happen. Honestly, I really hope it doesn't happen because we keep getting used to these like fucking circus fights. These dudes are gonna keep coming back and getting the shit kicked out of kicked out of him and shit, and then I gotta go back and be like, oh, I feel so fucking 10 years from now, I feel so bad for Chuck, man. He took so much damage, and the UFC fucked him. He kept coming back and fighting.
Yeah, listen, this weekend, right? We're some fucking MMA snobs. We can sit on this show and tear this card apart, right?
Yeah.
The UFC's pay-per-view this weekend. Go ahead and bring it up. That's I suppose that's where we're headed next with the conversation, right? What is it? UFC 27.
Yeah, UFC 27, Los Angeles Staples Center, main event. TJ versus Cody.
Co-main DJ versus who gives a fuck, right? This is a Shitler McGee type of a pay-per-view. But all of these fights have some kind of meaning. There's something there for all these fighters, one way or another. Even if they're shitbirds, they win this fight, then they make it up the ladder a little more. Like, all of these fights have stories and meaning.
Right.
If Chuck Liddell fights Tito Ortiz in the parking lot of the Kroger's tomorrow night and then gets double-legged and Tito beats the fuck out of him, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
That belongs on Hood Fights on YouTube. Which, side note, shout out to Jeremiah from the Hardcore MMA show.
Did you see that video?
In the fucking ring and actually doing some hood fight shit. Jeremiah fucking went out, put some fucking gloves on, bought a fucking boil and bite mouthpiece out in Walmart in some fucking Hickville City, and went and had a street brawl with some fat boy named whatever the fuck. I personally, for one, thought he won the fight. They gave it to the hometown guy, but Jeremiah didn't get knocked out. Actually put his money where his mouth is and actually got in a little hood fight. That's what Chuck and Tito is. But shout out to Jeremiah, bro.
Dude, when Jeremiah, if y'all haven't seen this video, y'all gotta ask Jeremiah. Hit him up. I'll get you guys his Twitter handle in a second. But just look up the Hardcore MMA show on Twitter and find him. And I don't know if he posted it or not, or if he'll send it to you. But I was grocery shopping and I get his video and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, this is some fat guy. And oh my God, it's Jeremiah. What the fuck? And so I'm like, this guy's legit. Let's do this shit. So I was watching. I thought he won that fight too. I don't know how the other guy got the win.
I was in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm on a fucking bus and I get the DM from Jeremiah. I click the fucking link. I'm high as fuck. I'm on the bus up there. There's all kinds of people. I'm looking. I'm like, I watched the fight for the first round. And I'm like, I'm blown. I don't recognize. And I'm like, this guy kind of looks like Jeremiah. And I'm like, didn't they call him Tree? And I'm like, I think I remember Jeremiah saying that's his nickname. Eventually I text him. I'm like, dude, is this you? And he's like, yeah. And at that point, I figured it was some old shit. I'm like, when was this? He was like 2 days ago. I'm like, yo, Jeremiah, you're a fucking savage.
Yeah, dude, he's a real one, man. Yeah, but like they were calling him Tree. I mean, he's a tall motherfucker, right? Oh shit, what happened to Jesse? Oh no, he's still there. He's muted himself.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Did you get that video?
Anyway.
No, I don't know what video you guys are, or you know what? I might have seen it on his page or something.
Okay.
And just kind of been like, oh, it's some bums fighting or something.
Dude, he fucking, hey, look, You can't say Jeremiah won't fight nobody. That motherfucker is legit. Like I talked to him on DMs. He was mad at people. I was like, I'll fuck that guy up. I believe you.
Listen, at the very least, I know Jeremiah will sock you.
Yeah.
I know he'll punch you. That's a fucking fact. But listen, back to the original point. The thing with fucking Chuck and Jesus fucking Christ, Tito. That's basically what it is. Chuck and Tito.
Yeah.
It's nothing more than that. At this point in their careers, they might as well go fight wherever the fuck Jeremiah was fighting. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a fight. It has no meaning in the grand scheme of things. At least with two fighters we've never heard of on 227's card, they might end up being a UFC champion one day. You never know.
Right.
So,
no, I think by the way, I fully support changing that fight from Chuck versus Tito to just Cheeto. I'm down with that. I'm actually gonna start using that. All right. So UFC 227 again, like I was saying, LA.
Wait.
What?
Real quick, just a real quick question.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think that this last card did so bad on the ratings? Seeing as how it was still like a pretty decent card, good names, pretty decent fighters on there, pretty good results. It wasn't all decisions. What do you guys think? Why the ratings are so low?
Real quick, shout out Jeremiah, who's actually in the comments. He goes, "I'm just in time." He just heard all that shit we said about his fight. Hey, appreciate Jeremiah. Get yours, boy. Yeah, fucking about the. I mean, it was like pretty shitty fucking ratings, right? What was it saying? It was like the third worst, something like that.
I thought it was the worst.
The worst? Okay. Well, that's coming off the overnight ratings, right? Off TV. I mean, how many people stream that shit nowadays, right? Everyone pulled the plug and all that, or cut the cable, whatever they're calling it these days. So I mean, a lot of people are probably streaming it, so they probably don't have any real numbers. But yeah, I'm surprised to hear that shit. Like the worst one ever. The fights are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I don't have a real good answer. I mean, I suppose Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez aren't necessarily massive draws. I don't know, man. I mean, I thought with the co-main, with the main and the co-main, that was a solid card, even for the shitbird hardcore, casuals. But like we've said before, man, I think maybe streaming and the online shit is really being overlooked. I think a lot of motherfuckers just ain't buying pay-per-views and they're not watching shit on TV no more. They're watching on their phone and on their computers. Somebody needs to try to start tracking those numbers. Those numbers would be interesting.
Okay. Before we get into the card this weekend, how many of us are going to buy it?
I mean, listen, I'll buy it. And look, I'm going to keep it funky as fuck with you because only like 32 people watch this. It ain't like we're going to get stroked by the FBI. I suck at shit like that. If I was cute and savvy on the computer, I'd have stopped buying these pay-per-views a long time ago. Yeah. I'm the one dickhead that's still signed up to Spectrum. They still get like fucking $225 a month out of me, Jack, for the fucking HBO and the most of it. I'm that dickhead that like cable is right up there with rent and electric in my household, man. Cable, fucking high-speed internet, the goddamn kids with the fucking Fortnite and shit. Like,
oh god,
I pay cable a fucking shitload. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But that's just because I'm a jerk off and I haven't completely figured out how to fucking use the cords to make the shit hook up to my TV. But I'm coming around, and most people have. Like, I'll actually buy it, but real talk, I can't imagine a lot of people do anymore, man. I am knowingly a dumbass.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be home for it. And I'm probably gonna end up living like live tweeting for it, so I'm probably gonna buy it. Raider says I'm going to 227. Sometimes I regret going, and other times it's so worth it. She's gonna be in the house for it, so that's cool. But
I'll always be fucking in the house. But I think she's
in
LA or on the West Coast, so she's
on the
always
West Coast,
gonna hit those fucking events.
Yeah, no, and look, honestly, if there was like a pay-per-view coming here, even if I didn't like the card, I'd still go. You know what I mean? Like I've gone to every UFC event because they don't come to Phoenix very often. I know they honestly don't go to LA very often either.
That's true. That's true.
They go to Vegas all the time. So I mean, shit. If this Conor Khabib fight goes out to 229, I might possibly try to get tickets like as soon as they're on sale, but I'm sure they're gonna be like murder fucking expensive.
Oh god.
But my question is if the price wasn't, if like we're not talking about whether you stream or anything, like are you just gonna buy this? Like is just this pay-per-view worth buying?
Based off the card.
Yeah, exactly. Based off the card.
Okay. No. By yourself? No. You know how I always talk about like this is one to buy with your boys? This is one to buy with your boys. Like you can go out to the bars and shit and watch it, that's just fine. But buying it by yourself, like $70, whatever it is.
Honestly, unless you are a fight fan, this one ain't for you, ladies and gentlemen. No. I mean, if I'm keeping it, look, if I'm keeping it funky with you, and listen, sometimes these are the funnest cards because sometimes a lot of these names was like that's not. These dudes are going to come out. These ladies and gentlemen are going to come out and fight their asses off. And some of these little undercard fights that none of us know a whole lot about, could very well end up being very, very entertaining fights to watch. But going into this card, far as like something that we can all guarantee you is going to be fun and exciting, and we don't know what's what. It's a one-fight card, dog. It's TJ Cody. I mean, I suppose DJ and Cejudo, however the fuck you pronounce his name, could get a little interesting. But all things considered, it's at best a two-fight card. Beyond that, this card is shallow like a motherfucker.
Look. No, I am not at all saying that she doesn't belong on this card somewhere, but she definitely, in my opinion, doesn't belong on the main card. JJ Aldrich is on the main card, dude. Not a pay-per-view card. I've seen her fight before. I've never been impressed by her. All right, and that's again not shit talking her, but she's a 6-2 fighter fighting Poliana Viana. Basically, it's fed up for Viana to win big and set her up for some bigger things later on, right? But I wouldn't say buy it by yourself. Like those cards where you're like, you're not going to go to the bar because the bar is going to be overpacked with fucking people and a bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? It's like not really worth going to. And your boys probably want to, go out and shit. Like this is one of those cards where it's like you don't buy by yourself. Like you go out to the bars with them. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know.
Well, and there goes Eddie.
Nope.
Listen,
UFC cut his internet there, talking too much crap about the card.
They better cut me because I think Eddie was being polite. God damn it. No, even you and your friends, unless you, goddamn it, travel like Mexicans and you got 32 homeboys coming over, this card is not worth buying. Listen, if you snatch 100 casuals off the street and tell them to name as many UFC fighters as they can, how many fighters they gonna name off this card?
None.
What? Maybe DJ? Maybe. But like other than that, fucking none, dog. There is nothing on this card that like screams, I want to pay $70 to watch these fights, unless you are a moron like one of us.
No, I agree with you, Fred. And I think that's the problem that we're seeing, where a lot of the casuals don't understand like the value that they're getting with the free card, like the Fox card. That was a pretty good card, set up a lot of interesting fights in the future, yet it got low ratings. And somehow I'm guessing that this pay-per-view card might actually do better than what this free card did. And that's what's driving me crazy, is how these cards that aren't very well stacked and are very well promoted, lined up with good fighters and anything. These are the cards that are getting sold to these casuals when they're missing out on like the good cards that we just had.
Yeah.
My bad. Turn to a pumpkin for a second. Fuck you, Google Hangouts. Fucking Joey goes, oops, Eddie died. Fuck you, Joey. What the hell?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, right. All right. But I heard what kind of Fred was saying. I'm with it, dude. It's not worth buying. It really isn't. Yeah. But again, the hardcores, fucking huge fans of the sport, that give a shit, we're going to buy it. Whoa. Plain and simple, we're going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I know it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to do the live tweet and all that, but still.
But that's what I'm saying, Eddie. That's the problem I'm seeing, is that we may say that we're going to buy it, we're going to watch and everything, but the numbers aren't there, man. Even a free card where a lot of the hardcore should have come out and supported that free card, because you had Jose Aldo, you had JJ, you had a pretty banger of a main event, what a lot of people wanted to see as a rematch, and yet lowest card since the Fox deal started on Fox. Like, damn.
No, listen, I'm telling y'all, I am a fucking moron. Like, Eddie, you're an idiot. That's why we're buying it. Yep. You're the stupid one. Like, make no mistake about it. Yep. That's not hyperbole. Like, we're the douchebags that have got nothing else to do on Saturday night. They could probably sell us shit on a platter and we'd buy it and justify it because that's how we do. We are not the buys they want. No. We are the fiends. You know what I mean? When you're hustling dope, you're always looking for your next client. You ain't worried about the motherfuckers that are addicted. They're going to come. We're addicted. But if you try to get some other people on, this is some weak product. This is just some shit to keep us well. For all you druggies out there who understand all these references, this is just a little bit of shit to get us by. This is not the good fentanyl laced dope that's putting motherfuckers to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
All
Like,
right. Fred, I'm gonna make my first Wire reference ever because I've been watching it. But
Hey.
this is exactly what happens when you water down your product so much and you keep cutting it and you keep cutting it. You're not going to be competitive anymore, man. And these watered down cards are just starting to really show.
That's a good reference. It's a good point. That's exactly kind of what I'm saying, man. This is not the one, unless you are like heavily addicted. This is not the one that's going to be bringing anybody new.
Does this at all to you give you maybe get what Brendan Schaub said about Dana White, the whole like, you know, that one thing where he goes, no, listen, where he goes, and he's just waiting for a Conor text. It's kind of true, right? Because those are the fans you want. You're not trying to get us.
Nah, but here's the thing too, though. This is the thing too. I'm sure that on some real shit, I'm sure that sometimes Dana White probably looks back and laughs at shit like this,
right?
Because everybody's like, oh, it's a Conor, it's never gonna. And look, Conor is Conor. You almost have to take him out of the equation. But there's also Brock Lesnar. There's also John Jones. There's also Ronda Rousey. There's also Chuck Liddell. There's also Tito Ortiz. There's also fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. Stars will not stop. Like, there might be somebody on this undercard. Nurmagomedov, whatever the fuck up. Like, he spent a long time being a wrestling shitbird that nobody really gave too much of a shit about. But you know what happened? He kept on winning, and he kept on talking, and he kept on winning, and he kept on talking, and he did the MMA hour, and then he did it again, and then he kept on talking, and now here we are, and he's a star. That shit ain't gonna stop. Like, don't get me wrong, the UFC does need Conor now. The UFC will be a thing 50 years from now, long after Conor. Just like boxing went on without Ali, just like it went on without Tyson, just like it'll go on without Floyd Mayweather. This sport is not dependent on none of these guys or girls. Will there be booms where you have these stars at once? Sure. And will there be valleys and fucking lows where, you know, none of those people are really there? Yeah. But this idea that Dana White and WME is everybody's just sitting around with the noose hanging up, waiting to hear from King Conor, y'all are kind of missing the point, dog.
Right.
John Jones will eventually be back. And there's a young, who's the young kid? Israel Adesanya, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, or Adesanya, something like that.
All these pricks with their names. Fucking good-looking kid, very smart, outspoken, bad motherfucker in the cage. Like, man, there's always a new star coming. Will he be the next Conor? Probably not. But, like, I don't think nobody's really tripping on that. Like, I don't think Dana White is. He's been around too long. He's seen this shit come and go. I think other people put way more stock in this shit than somebody like Dana White does. I think he knows what time it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, all that being said, don't get me wrong. If Conor texts him and says, I'm fucking in October, he fucking says cha-ching. I mean, make no mistake about it.
Yeah.
Conor's the big money fight, and that's what they want to happen. But there's always another guy. Look, if Conor calls tomorrow and says, fuck it, I quit, I'm done, then they do Khabib versus Tony. And they will move on, and we will all watch, and then eventually another star emerges, or John Jones comes back and fights Brock Lesnar, whatever the fuck. Like, that's how this goes, Jack. Period.
All right, YouTube comments real quick. Yeah, ready to talk about the last week, the pacing of last weekend's card. So she says it was great because it was over by like 7:30. Yeah, I like that as well. That kind of pacing,
for sure.
And then UC, what up, UC? He's still upset that BT Sport isn't re-upping with the UFC. So
that's so that's our European homies or the
right. Our UK homies are like gonna be paying for pay-per-views now.
Yeah, because it's going behind a channel, right? Some channel named damn, I forgot what it was called. It's some stupid name too.
Yeah, but now they got to pay for that, right?
Right. It's an additional channel or something.
Yeah, that does. I think I gave them shit on the last podcast, but I was just fucking with y'all. That does suck. Sucks to be getting something and all of a sudden figure out you got to pay for it all of a sudden. That blows.
Yeah, but I forgot what his name was from. But
we're
Cage Brad from the Cage Wars commentator, right? Brad, he was making a point. It's like, now you guys are gonna complain about paying for something that you guys have been getting for free forever. I get it, but it's also at like 2 a.m. So
surprise. Yeah, Brad, we are. what the fuck? When you're used to get like water is free. If all of a sudden it costs 10 cents a cup, could I afford that? Sure. Would I be salty? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd be upset.
Still kind of blows.
Are you just using something?
No.
All right.
It's just hilarious. Moving on to the card, right? You want to break down the card?
All right. So, what?
The 2 fights that are on there?
Right. Let me just go down the early fight. So, early prelims kicking up 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Excuse me. Marlon Vera against Luigi Buren. Then Daniel Taylor.
Cheeto prick.
Is that who?
Marlon Vera, the Cheeto.
Cheeto, that's
right. Character.
That's right. Little,
hey,
I like it.
Hey, put some respect on that guy because his daughter is sick. He's had a lot to deal with. So
okay. I was giving him a shout out. I enjoy watching him fight.
Dude, that dude's taking like 2 or 3 like last minute replacement fights just to pay for his daughter's like eyesight surgeries and shit.
He's a very fun fighter too. Every time I watch him fight, that's why I remembered his name. Like he's always entertaining. So good call.
At 135, and 135 is stacked with like good fighters, but still he's always fun to watch. Daniel Taylor against Weili Zhang, then Alex Perez against Jose Torres. I fucking almost fucked that name up for me.
That's the Shorty character.
Shorty, one of our guys, Shorty. That's right.
Okay.
So that's the early prelims. FX prelims. FX, not FS1, not FS2. It's FX. All right, first fight on the FX prelims. That 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Matt Sales against Shayman Moraes. Then Ricardo Ramos against Kyung Ho Kang, Mr. Perfect. Ricky Simon against Montel Jackson. And the feature prelim is Pedro Munoz against Brett Johns, number 9 and number 14 ranked respectively at 135. So that's your FX prelims. Your first fight on the main card at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time on pay-per-view, Thiago Santos against Kevin Holland. Did somebody drop out of this fight? I'm thinking that someone dropped out of this fight.
I did the Loudmouth podcast with Kyle Sunday, and I'm like, I had to make sure that it was the right Thiago Santos because I'm like, who the fuck is Kevin Holland? I mean, I know there's a lot of guys sneaking in the sport that I'm not aware of these days, but I'm like, fucking name's just not ringing a bell. And I mean, look, I suppose the matchmakers know what they're doing, but Thiago Santos, last I checked, is a fucking animal.
Right.
He is a lot to deal with for a character that I've never heard of at all. Now, I'm no fucking fight scouter, so you know what I'm saying? Maybe homeboy's a beast, but I'm not aware of him at all. So
so I mean that's your first fight.
I'm gonna have to lean Thiago on this one, guys.
Yeah. Raider says Holland gonna die. Yeah.
Probably, man.
Yeah. All right. That's your first fight on the main card. Next fight up, Poliana Viana against JJ Aldrich. I've said what I thought about Aldrich. I'm not impressed whatsoever. Viana should knock her the fuck out, or at least finish her in the first 2 rounds or so. Then Cub Swanson against Renato Moicano. This is actually not a bad fight right here at 145. It's a good fight. Both of these guys swing for the fences. Who are you guys picking here?
Go ahead, Jess.
Yes.
Oh, I got to go with the Soul Cowboy, Cub Swanson. And just because of what we were talking about earlier, I mean, this is his ticket to, maybe a title shot or at least a well-known fighter in Jose Aldo. So,
all right. What about you, Fred?
Listen, I let you go first because I love it. This is the most racist MMA podcast on the internet, and I already know that if anybody with remotely brown skin is fighting, you cute cocksuckers are all the way fucking Mexicano. All that being said, I agree. I think Cub Swanson will look. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm not all that familiar with Pedro, whatever the fuck. He's favored to win this fight, right?
Renato?
Yeah.
I don't know
my
who they
memory
won.
on this cat. Why am I drawing a blank on him and not really knowing who is he coming off of wins? Who's he? Cub Swanson's a big fight. Surely he deserves it.
Yeah, no, Renato Moicano's a
Kevin Holland. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why am I'm blanking out on who he's beaten to get here?
He beat Jeremy Stevens. He lost to Brian Ortega, and then he beat Calvin Cater in April. So that's his run in the UFC. Decision split, and his win against Calvin was also a decision.
Okay. I tend to not remember the decision getters, but fair enough. All right.
I'm picking Cub Swanson.
Yeah. That being said, I think I'm still gonna have to go with Cub Swanson on this one. Wily veteran.
All right, here's a fight that nobody can decide who's going to pick. The co-main event for the flyweight title, Demetrius Johnson against Henry Cejudo. Who's picking Henry?
You know what? I tell you what.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. No, listen. I'm picking Henry Cejudo. Is it Cejudo?
Cejudo.
For Christ's sake, Cejudo. I'm picking the little Mexican prick with the horrible hair. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll tell you what. There's a very, very, very good chance that pretty much what the first fight looked like, this fight looks like too, with Henry putting up a little bit more of a challenge. But I hope he wins. I hope he wins just so it blows up in DJ's fucking face. Because if he wins, let me tell y'all something right now. For everybody that happens to be watching this and who will watch it in the future, if you happen to be watching that fight that night, if Henry gets the luck of the MMA gods and he happens to get a lucky punch and knock Mighty Mouse out, I am going to be rain dancing around my goddamn living room. So tweet me, whoever the fuck you want, understand me that I am going to be dancing around because that is what the fuck you get. I hope he loses so fucking bad because nobody wants this fight. Nobody gives two wet farts about it except for fucking Henry and his mama and their team.
Yeah.
Other than that, this fight could not matter less. And, you know, who the fuck did he fight last time? DJ.
Ray Borg.
Yeah.
Was it Ray Borg? Yeah, okay. That was, I said it then. I said, fine, fair enough. I'll give you Ray Borg. I don't give a fuck about this fight. It doesn't matter. It should barely count as a title defense for all of me. All due respect to Ray Borg and his fucked up glass eye. But still.
Fucked up glass eye. Oh my God.
But still, what the fuck? I was willing to give you that one, DJ. I thought after that, he was coming up to 35 and we were going to get a fight that matters. But no. Here we are with the rematch of all things with Henry fucking Cejudo. Now, I realize there's all the purists out there saying, well, Henry Cejudo's got a lot better. Did you see him? He's fighting like Lyoto Machida now. Can you guys fucking stop it with that goddamn he's fighting like fucking Lyoto Machida now? Fucking bullshit. Just because he did that against an incompetent striker don't mean gots to me. What the fuck? He is more than likely going to take a beating from DJ again in a fight that is completely fucking pointless. That's why I hope Henry fucking Cejudo wins, because then it blows up in everybody's face. And this is why you don't do fights like this no more. This is exactly why they fucking never should have done Gabriel Gonzaga versus Mirko Cro Cop.
Yeah.
You know what? We were supposed to get Mirko Cro Cop versus Randy Couture.
Yep.
And they played around, and Gabriel Gonzaga ruined the fucking party. What we should be getting this weekend is fucking TJ Dillashaw versus Mighty Mouse in a legitimate super fight. But now we're going to fuck around, and Mighty Mouse is going to not be mighty for 1 second, and boom, it all goes up in fucking flames. I fucking hope it does.
I'm picking Henry just for the fact that I'm with you on that. Actually, it's a similar point that they should have done TJ versus DJ. According to DJ, he accepted the fight, and then somehow it didn't happen, and then the UFC never even brought it back up.
TJ got hurt.
TJ got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, DJ got hurt. One of them got hurt. Whatever. Someone got hurt. But regardless, that's exactly what happened. They ruined real fights with shit like this. I think Henry's going to catch him.
Oh, my God.
So, who are you picking, Jesse?
Demetrius Johnson. Okay. You guys are like the worst hardcore fans ever. Or I can't figure it out yet. But look, this is how you set up the fight. Because to me, before you have TJ coming off a loss when you guys were trying to make that fight. Then he barely won his title back, and you guys want to shove him back in there again against a guy that is probably going to knock him out, just like Dotson did. All right? So you guys are psychotic that you guys want to see this fight. Okay? I would rather see TJ defend his title against Cody and solidify himself as a true champion instead of trading fights with people, losing a fight, then winning a fight, then losing a fight, and winning a fight, and then still asking for money fights. All right? We're pissed off at Woodley for not taking money fights, and he's still defending his title. TJ just barely got his title, and you guys want to give him a money fight. Go screw yourselves, fans. Go screw yourselves.
We just want to see fucking. I think it's more about seeing DJ fight, like someone that can fight back for a change. That's what I think it is.
Man, you guys are so disrespectful to all those guys that have fought.
No. Here's the thing. He's just that damn much better than 125. So let's see something else. Let's see a challenge. You know what I mean? Like, we can call look all these title defenses and breaking records. Great, awesome. All the respect to DJ, but it's hard to give a fuck when he's that much better than everybody else.
Yeah.
So what?
That can stand up. We need someone that can get up there. Right, but we can say that all day, and then when he retires, he retires. I haven't, never lost at 125. Then what? Someone else comes in. It's like, well, he's not better than DJ, and it's like, are you sure he's fighting better guys? It's a weird fucking thing to do. What?
Here's the sad, fucked up thing. Nobody cares.
Right, that's the thing. Nobody cares. Unfortunately, cares. like we care because we're hardcores, right? And we'll watch DJ fight no matter what.
No, we don't.
But caring is different.
No, we don't.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Listen to what Fred just said. Nobody cares. If you made that fight TJ and DJ, nobody would care. And you can say, no, Fred, don't come at me with, oh, it would matter. No, it wouldn't. That wouldn't sell either. None of these fights matter to people unless you have a Conor McGregor's name or GSP or any one of those big selling fighters attached to DJ's name. Anything else than that doesn't make him money, doesn't make him a money fight. And you know what? I'm happy that he refuses to fight up. Screw all you guys. I hope you never get what you guys want, ever.
Yeah, of course it wouldn't make him a money fight or turn him into Conor McGregor fucking.
No. I'm saying he doesn't get any money out of that fight against TJ. He just gets the opportunity to lose what he's worked so hard to get, which is be the best at his division, have a championship, and be undefeated since he moved down to that weight.
No.
Why risk any of that?
No, you are wrong. Finally, he gets the opportunity to earn what he really wants. Real fucking respect from the MMA community. He's got the money, and he's never going to be a major draw. You're right about that. But real heads still don't really put Demetrius Johnson in that fucking pound-for-pound category, in that top fucking spot. Most of us still give that to DC or John Jones, a noted cheater, or whoever, the fucking Anderson Silva. Listen, Demetrius Johnson's strength of competition will always be his downfall until he moves up to 35 and proves it against guys a little bigger than him. That's a little fucked up to say, and it's a bad spot to put him in, but it's just the truth. He was in a very, how is it that Ronda Rousey gets so much shit for being in at the beginning of a curve, but DJ don't get the same stick when clearly he is in at the beginning of something? 125 is not great. I love people who are like, well, DJ's just that good. Nah, man, he ain't. The rest of that division just ain't that great either.
Okay.
Sorry, there's not. You don't see guys in all other parts of that division just finishing people extravagantly. Crazy head kicks, crazy fucking submissions. The division is growing. It's a brand new. What the fuck? How long has 125 even been around? I've got fucking pairs of panties that are older than 125.
Goddamn, you got panties that are 5 years old? Look.
Goddamn right I do.
But here's the thing. Your argument falls apart when Ronda Rousey never competed for a long time and held the title in a different division. Mighty Mouse did. He fought at 145 or 135, my bad. 135 and actually challenged for the title. And it didn't work out for him. Why? Because Dominic Cruz was better.
Do you think this helps your argument?
Wait. No, I'm telling you that you're saying that he was at the start of a curve and he shouldn't get the respect that he deserves from people coming down in weight and fighting in a new division. And you're comparing it to Ronda Rousey, whose division existed, she competed in it, and then she became the champion and just rode that wave.
No,
she never had to prove herself. She never had to prove herself in a different division before, did she?
But DJ wasn't shit at 35. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. He was a good fighter at 35, but he was never mentioned in any kind of breath like he is at 25. 25 is where he built his legacy. He couldn't cut it at 35, so he went and took it at 25, which is admirable. But now that we're here and he has owned that division for fucking over half a decade. I mean, we need to see more from DJ. He needs more fucking competition.
Look, the only thing, and Raider says on the YouTube comment, she goes, I want DJ versus anyone not in the 125 for fuck's sake. I just want to see someone that it's a higher skilled fighter. Honestly, at 125, he's beat everybody, he cleaned it out. Now, he doesn't have to do it. No one's saying that he has to do anything. We just want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise, if he had to do it, he'd have done it. You know what I mean? But the problem is the UFC's not going to pay him for it.
Okay, here, I'll go look at the Strikeforce fights that he had at 135, and there you go. You're welcome. I just showed you guys him fighting at 35.
Right.
Yeah,
anyway.
we need to cue the booze. What the fuck? Yeah. Cue the fucking booze. We want to see him at 35 now, shitbird. In 4 days, instead of fighting Henry shitbird Cejudo, we want to see him. Look, all bullshit aside, we did this on the Loudmouth show. You could go to the 35 rankings. There are 2 guys in the top 10 at 35 that I would not rather see DJ fight this weekend than Henry Cejudo. With all due respect, Aljamain Sterling, I'll take that over Henry Cejudo. Fucking Jimmy Riviera, fucking Marlon fucking Moraes, goddamn Dominic Cruz. I mean, come on, man. I'll take all those fights over Henry Cejudo this weekend, dog.
Real talk, DJ versus Marlon Moraes would be fucking awesome.
Fire. Yeah. I mean, there's so many names at 35 where you're because let me say, you know why? Do you know why those fights would be so good, you cocksmokers? Because DJ might fucking lose. Going into the fight, there's a real good chance. How exciting is that, right? That's
who's gonna win?
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. This weekend,
all right.
Look, could DJ lose? Sure, anything can happen. But I want to go into a DJ fight like, fuck, he probably will lose. And then if DJ wins one of those, I think that's when you see shit start to turn around. He's not going to sell 1 million pay-per-views. But I think even dickheads like me, you know, if he went up to 35 and finished Marlon Moraes, I'd be like, oh, fuck. And then when he got the title shot against TJ or Cody going into that fight, I don't know. I'd have butterflies for a DJ fight.
And Gary in the comments says, we want to see him get pushed. Yeah. I want to see someone actually push him.
Blank. Yeah, exactly. And maybe he gets that this weekend, but going into it, it doesn't feel like that.
Right. I can see what you're saying. All right.
All right, then. I changed my pick. Henry Cejudo. Just so you guys can shut up about these stupid fights and actually see him lose.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I don't even. And by the way, I don't hate DJ. I want him to. I mean, I think he's great. I just want to see him fight somebody that can fucking fight back at a high level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love DJ. I just all bullshit aside, I want to see him in a fight where it's like, yo, he might really lose this. That's what this is all about.
And honestly, if TJ wins his title back, right, I would love to see the DJ fight for 2 reasons. 1, someone to push him. 2, the UFC would have to pay for that, right? Win-win.
And look, transitioning into the main event of the evening, right. I'm sure we need to wrap up the show here soon anyway. So what makes DJ and at least his last fucking like 2 or 3 or 4 previous fights so number one bullshit is what makes this main event great. Because you don't fucking know going in what's going to happen. Now, we're about to break this fight down. We're all going to have our fucking opinions. God damn it, Luke Thomas, Robin Black, Ariel fucking Hawani, the whole most of us. Everybody's going to have an opinion on what they think might happen. But the great thing about this fight is, unless you're a fucking moron, nobody is going to have a great deal of certainty. Because there's no fucking way to know. And that's what makes a really good fight. That's what the DJ fights lack, is what we're getting with Cody and TJ. Who the fuck knows? I mean, literally, this fight could go either fucking way. Both great strikers, both really good on their feet, good head movement. They both rocked each other in the first fight. TJ just happened to,
Yeah, and they both know each other very well. Like they know each other's game so well. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be again another barn burner. I think it's gonna be might even be a better fight than the first fight. But as far as TJ versus DJ, man, TJ versus Cody. Again, Cody's coming back trying to get the strap back. He got the first round. He dropped TJ, right? Dropped him, had him wobbly. Fucking he wobbles his ass back to the corner. Then Cody just made a mistake and got dropped. Okay, this is the kind of shit you want to look at. Like just like Fred was saying, what the fuck's gonna happen? No clue. Nobody can give you a confident, holy, this guy's gonna win. It's like, oh, dude, I'm picking this guy, right?
Right. There's no way to really know. So this is my opinion on this fight, and I suck at this. I'm the worst at this. If I pick somebody that's usually not the case, last week I'm like, yeah, Jose Aldo's going to throw a kick and get catching overhand right. None of that was the case with the fuck at all. Okay. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that Cody is actually the better fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got cute. I think he got confident after he landed that shot. And I think he wasn't on his very best P's and Q's. And TJ is extremely dangerous. I think if Cody stays on pins and needles, he'll eventually land the shot first that matters. He did it in the first fight. He just didn't finish it. And then I think he just let off the gas just a little bit.
At a time.
And TJ made him pay for it. But so, I mean, I think Cody keeps his foot on the gas, does not let up, and eventually gets that shot and gets the knockout in this fight. And we end up seeing a third one. But, I would not be surprised to see it go the other way around. TJ's extremely versatile. Probably, quite possibly one of the best strikers in the game overall. I mean, he is fucking, interesting to say the least with his fucking striking. So
yeah, at least. So Jesse, who are you picking?
Just to mention what Fred was saying, it's not that he took his foot off the gas pedal; is that he ran at a time. Remember, he wobbled him, tried to finish, round ended.
No. I just meant his focus in that second round. He wasn't like, I feel like in the first round he was there. And then I think after that shot in the second round, he let off just a little bit with his cuteness and he got clipped.
Right. The other thing is that you got to remember that Cody's not very good at, leg kicks. He doesn't throw them very often. He doesn't really check them as well. And that's what ended up costing him. I think Cody Garbrandt, we're going to see the best version of him. And the fact that it's always the person that loses that has the most to improve. It's the person that wins that, most of the time doesn't come up with a better game plan. They're just like, oh, okay, well, what worked last time? I'm just going to do it again. Just probably do it faster, right? Not in the second round, not get clipped. But now we have 2 rounds of Cody being able to analyze what TJ does. And I think we're going to see a much better approximation of how this fight probably ends up. Honestly, I think if they fight 10 times, it goes 50-50. And I think, like Fred was saying earlier, it's just a toss-up, really. I just think Cody is going to be able to catch him. I think he'll probably catch him at the beginning of the round and be able to have the time to finish him off. If not, he'll probably sleep him off of one shot. But I think this will be a much better representation of what Cody Garbrandt brings to the table. Plus, remember, in that last fight, he was still nursing that back injury and everything. Now he's healthy. He's ready to go. So I think Cody's going to take his belt back, which sucks. Sucks because I do want both DJ and TJ to win. So at the end of the night, Dana White can just say he's going to make that fight champion versus champion. Just, make it happen. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Real quick before I go my pick, Jeremiah says Cody could have finished TJ just like TJ finished him if the knockdown was early in the round. 100%. I believe that as well too.
For sure.
And then Raider says I'll take TJ and his roid nips. I think Cody gets too reckless. I think this is going to end up being one of the best rivalries in the history of the UFC. I think Cody's going to win this one by knockout, and we're going to have to see a third fight, right? That's the kind of stuff you want. Like a rivalry doesn't work if it's one-sided. That shit doesn't work, right? But if it's like good finishes back and forth, you can get that third fight and make it big, right? And then finally, settle the score, and then call it a rivalry. I got Cody by knockout. I want to say first round. I think it's gonna be an exciting knockout. But it's more because I want it. But I'm agree with you guys. I think he's a better martial artist out of these two guys, and he just got caught last time. So yeah, this is my pick right there. All right. Anything else you guys want to cover in this card?
Concise. I love it.
Yeah,
nope,
right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. Let me check the headlines last second here. Oh, there's one more thing. So the rumor is that Khabib vs. Conor happens in Vegas, UFC 229. I don't think we talked about it yet. So that's like everyone thought it was gonna be Russia. Ain't gonna be Russia. And I don't think anyone seriously believed that they're gonna make that fight in Russia. I think that was dumb. I think at best it would have been like in like Ireland. You know what I mean? They've been promising Conor that fucking soccer park, whatever.
Crow Park.
There you go. Yeah, they've been promising him that, and they haven't gotten it yet. So, but okay, UFC 229, Khabib vs. Conor, not even made yet. It's not official. Relax. They might announce it on Friday. Who knows at the presser? But Fred, if you had to pick a winner right now, super way too early, who are you picking?
Conor. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, I've been a fucking Conor fan since the beginning. I'm gonna roll with Conor. I'm under no delusions that that's a very tough fight for him to take, and that if he doesn't land one of those fucking knockout blows early, it's going to be a long night for him. But here's the thing, right? I think that Conor will be at least even competent on the ground with Khabib for at least 2 to 3 rounds. I think in rounds 4 or 5, if the fight hits the ground, we could see Khabib get a submission over Conor. I don't think he pounds him out or submits him in the first 3 rounds. And with Conor, it only takes one. It only takes one. Even that first round, he could get held down all round, and they could come out, and in that fucking second round, in the first 30 seconds, he could get slept. Right. And Khabib does get hit.
He does.
So this fight is fan-fucking-tastic on every possible fucking level. It pits 2 countries against each other. Stylistically, it's amazing. It's Conor McGregor, so that's a thing. It's his first fight back in MMA after a fucking boxing match against Floyd fucking Mayweather. This fight is a fucking promoter's wet dream. So for all you fucking goddamn jerk-offs out there that was like, Conor ain't never gonna fight again. Haka blaka jaga daga. Suck a fat one. I guarantee you this fight happens. Maybe not in October, maybe not in December. Maybe it's February, but it is going to fucking happen. And it will be the biggest fight in mixed martial arts history.
Damn it. Damn it, Fred.
UC says Khabib's habit of just running straight forward with poor cage cutting is right for picking for the champ, I feel. Raider says he's gonna die too. Shit. Jesse, who are you picking in that fight? Early ass pick. Well, might change our minds, mind you, but
what's up with Raider just killing people off here left and right?
Raider, you know what? Raider is like the perfect MMA fan. It's just like everyone's got to die. Okay, it's like I think if John Wick was real and fought MMA, I think that'd be Raider's favorite fighter.
But hold on, sorry, I know I'm rambling, guys. I'm gonna let you go.
It's all good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you go 1 second, Jesse. And I hate to keep shitting on fucking DJ. I swear, DJ, I don't hate you. But Conor is a good example of what the opposite of what DJ is doing will do for you. You know why we like and respect Conor so much? Because of the fact that we can say this every time Conor takes a fight.
Yeah.
Every time he's taken a fight, there's been a lot of people that are on the other side going, oh, he gonna die now. He gonna die. And then when he comes out and he kills the other guy, it's so much more impressive. Like, if he does knock out Khabib, can you imagine the amount of dick riding we're all going to be doing? Because as this fight comes, a lot of people are going to pick Khabib to maul him. And if he does not, like, say he pulls a Jose Aldo out, first punch, boom, Khabib goes down unconscious. The pussies are going to start dripping worldwide. Mine will. Mine's going to be all over my legs. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. I'm going to take the Twitter and give it to everybody. Sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
No, that's all good, Jesse.
Can I just say one name on his record that I'm pretty sure we all guaranteed he wasn't going to lose to. Seaver? Dennis Seaver?
No, Jesse. You may not say that, you cute little mouthy prick, because at that fucking time, Dennis Seaver was spinning back, kicking everybody to oblivion. And there was a chance. Yeah, yes, he was.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
You check the fucking record, smart guy. There was a chance that Dennis Seaver was not him then now. God damn it.
I'm just laughing at the fact that day, I remember we were talking about that fight, and I remember Fred specifically saying that Dennis Seaver was going to die. I specifically remember that Conor McGregor was going to kill Dennis Seaver, and it happened. So, as you said, not a lot of people pick Seaver, man. Just remember that fight. Anyway, in regards to the future fight here, Conor McGregor is not the hero that we need, but he is the one that we deserve. And I hope that he wins that fight, because that's the only way we're going to continue this stupid little game of Conor taking some time off and everybody just being all up in arms about when is he going to get stripped? When is he coming back? He's a champ, greatest thing ever. So, yeah, we all deserve that. We all deserve to not get Conor fight more than once every year or 2 years. So I hope he wins.
All right. I'm going to go with Khabib. Not because I hate Conor, because I don't. I enjoy watching Conor fight like a motherfucker. I mean, like, it's going to be great to see the fight. And he might fucking sleep Khabib, but I think he can't come forward the way he does. Like, I think, what was it, Michael Johnson wobbled him, right? Am I right on that? Was it Michael Johnson? Yeah. So, yeah. Michael Johnson wobbled him. And if Michael Johnson wobbles you, Conor McGregor will put you down. It's just plain and simple. So he can't come forward like that. I don't think he will. Yeah, but I'm gonna take a super early pick. I might change my mind, but Khabib. Dan from Oregon says Friday they announced for October. Conor makes 8 figures this close the first time. It's Khabib time though. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's what we got there. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
What up?
Here's the thing with Khabib, though. Like, Michael Johnson is the only dude that's ever kind of slightly rocked him. And quite frankly, we overblow that Rocky. He didn't really rock him all that bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he didn't.
But Khabib does get hit a lot. He may not get rocked. He walks right through it. But he does get touched a bunch against everybody that he fights. The point is, Conor touching him might matter a lot. He might not just walk through those like he does to everybody else. Even Al Iaquinta, he walked him right down. The question is, can he do that to Conor? Can Conor stand still, keep himself composed, and land that one shot that just wobbles Khabib? Like, that is fucking genius fucking fight shit, man. Like, name a fight where you've been more excited than when fucking Big John or Big fucking Herb or Big or Little, whoever the fuck gets in there and they're about to announce. When those two pricks are first about to start fighting, the beginning of that first round is why we all watch this fucking sport, man.
I'll give you a better one.
I knew
DC against Stipe. That was pretty damn exciting.
No, for me, listen, there have been a lot. There's been a lot out there. Actually, quite frankly, Conor versus Jose might have been more than this. That's one, a good honestly, because that one, it was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Like, I did not know exactly. Quite frankly, I low-key thought Jose was about to throw him a beat, and I'm like, goddamn, Conor, you was cute to make it here, but the jig is up, my dude. You got to pay what you sowed. And then he fucking starched him.
Or that Eddie Alvarez fight for the 155 belt. That was pretty exciting too, man.
That was intense too, man. But I don't know, man. This does feel a little different because Khabib's undefeated. Like, there's a lot to this one, man. And I mean, look, other than Michael Johnson hitting him kind of hard one time, Khabib's got that DC and almost John Jones type aura to where he's never really lost a round, dog. Like, that dude is a fucking animal, man. Great fight. Great fight. I just hope it happens.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, man. We're all excited about that fight. I just think that, just everything that's been going on with Conor, it just needs to end, and he needs to just get back to fighting, because that's what we need in this sport. We need that guy in the sport, making it exciting, making these cards, making these guys on the undercard special.
Okay, let's wrap this episode up with this one. Now, the UFC's numbers have been shit on all levels. Pay-per-views have been shit. Fox cards are shit. Conor comes back and fights Khabib. That's a fucking big one, Jack. How many pay-per-view buys does this one do? What's the most of all time? Like 1.4, 1.5 with him and Nate too?
I don't know. I'll look this up, but this would be easy to be the biggest pay-per-view ever.
I think it does more than that. I think it does somewhere between 1.6 and 1.8 million.
Yeah.
That's what I think, respectively, like going into it. I think it's going to be fucking huge, and they're going to promote the fuck out of it.
Dana White would fucking be like super happy. UFC 202.
1.8 million and $1.
What? Okay.
So you know what? Honestly, I think it's like, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but I think the magnitude of what Conor McGregor has been able to do, I would say this is a 2 million buy pay-per-view.
All right. So this is from Tapology.com. All right. The number 3, Jesus Christ. The top 3 fucking pay-per-views. UFC 202, Diaz vs. McGregor 2, 1.6 million. UFC 196, McGregor vs. Diaz 1.3 million. And UFC 205, Alvarez vs. McGregor, 1.3 million. Followed by UFC 100 at 1.3 and Aldo vs. McGregor at 1.2. McGregor's got 4 of the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy. People do pay to watch that boy fight. And listen, this is the big one, man. This is the biggest rivalry he's ever had. It's for all the marbles. It'll be the first time he's ever defended any of the belts that he's ever won for any organization he's ever fucking been in. This is as big as it gets, and stylistically is probably his most interesting fight to date. This has got, and listen, I think that WME or Endeavor or whatever the fuck they're called now has made a lot of shitty decisions with our sport and the UFC as a company since they bought it. I do, on the other hand, think that they will promote this particular fight perfectly. I think this fight, they're going to pull the big guns out, Jack. You're going to see the muscle from Endeavor on this next McGregor fight. I think you're going to see this fucking fight promoted all over. I think you see Khabib on goddamn it David Letterman and popping up on goddamn it, what's your favorite fucking stupid reality show? The Jersey Shore. There's Khabib going, it's Khabib time. It's going to be fucking Khabib time all over your TV here soon. I think they're going to promote the fuck out of the fight.
It'll be like fucking mad promotion like they did for Aldo. McGregor won, and then Aldo pulled out. But it's gonna be crazy promotion. Maybe you know what? That would be one to do a world tour with.
Well, but this is different too, man, because this will be the first time that WME has owned the company since a McGregor fight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't his last?
Even listen,
no, it was the Mayweather. They already owned it.
Well,
didn't they?
Right, but this is his first MMA fight, right? Like his first fight with the company since they've owned it. They have.
I believe so. Yeah,
they have a lot of money and reach that I don't even think they've decided. Most of these fucking UFC characters aren't worth somebody like fucking Ari, whatever the fuck, really paying attention to. Conor is. Like, I think they're going to really pull out the big guns and promote the fuck out of this fight. And, I think this fight looks like a Floyd Mayweather fight. And when I say looks like a Floyd Mayweather fight, I think, when they do that little stunt where they show all the celebrities in the house, I think you're going to be surprised at the people you see at the next Conor McGregor fight. And I think some of those people will be obligated to be there because of Ari and Endeavor. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, fucking Justin Timberlake, you're not really a big fight fan? I don't give a fuck. Get there, you and your manager, and put on pretty suits. Lady Gaga, you're not in the fucking violence? I don't give a shit. You're sitting front row tonight and wear something pearly. Like, I'm serious. I think they're going to really show their muscle with this one.
All right. Hey, shit. I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we go?
I actually did have a question for you guys if you guys want to do it or not.
Yeah, quick.
Let's do it.
Okay. Tell me an experience that you guys had where it was terrible when you were going through it, but made you better in the end.
Damn.
If you guys need a moment to think, I will go first.
Yeah, go first.
When my wife and I first got married, we spent a lot of money on just stupid things. And so when we first got our place together, we had no hot water, no gas. We timed that incorrectly. So for the first I'd say about 2 to 3 weeks, this was in September, had no hot water. So cold showers, top ramen, microwave crap. It was awful. But, we had just gotten married. We had no furniture, and now we're doing pretty well for ourselves. So it just made me realize that the more important things are just the people you have in your life and not anything else, no material things, none of that stuff. Because a friend of mine actually, stepped up, was able to allow us to go to his place, shower, whatever we needed to do. So people are more important than things.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Fred.
Yeah, okay. So when I was younger, man, my dad used to be a hustler, used to sell drugs. And we had a relative, not like fucking Al Pacino or no shit, but we had a relatively lavish lifestyle, a nice house, nice things, ate nice food. And with a lot of those stories, he went to prison. And he only went to prison for like a year and a half or something like that. Had really good lawyers, lost all the money though. So over that whole process, we went from like eating out every day, living in a 3-story house with like a jacuzzi on the back deck, like kind of parking lot pimping, to when he got out of prison, we had to move out of that house. We moved into this really little shitty house. He started working at this factory around the corner. And for like a year or two, man, there was a strong, hard adjustment for me being like, wow, life fucking sucks, man. When you're not fucking eating steaks and watching big screen TVs, life is for the fucking birds. But now looking back on it, it was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because then having to actually rough it and eat ramen noodles for a few years and work hard for what I got, it was just a little, like, that shit happened right when I was probably like 13, 14, 15. And it was right when I needed life to kind of kick me in the teeth to be like, all right, motherfucker, shit ain't always going to be easy. So that by the time I was 18, 19, 20, I had a kid. That was good for me to get a little taste of life and to be like, all right, cool. I was then, when some bad shit did happen as I got older, I didn't panic. I was like, all right. I've stayed in shittier houses. I've stayed in houses with roaches. Like, we've hit some bad times before, and I felt that urgency then. So now, like, if some bad shit happens, like, it's like, we can do this. I've been here before. It's no biggie.
That's a good one.
At the time, it fucking sucked though.
Fucking bad. Here's the thing. So the one that I have, I didn't know it was bad at the time because I was a kid. Okay, so my dad's always had his own business and stuff like that. And we're even when I was a kid, in Mexico and stuff, he had his own business and shit. I started working with my dad, and I mean real hours, like 3 a.m. to whenever the fuck we were done when I was 5. Right. So to me, that was just life. Right. Yeah. I know.
I'm sorry. That's so classic Mexican. I thought you were like 12 or 9.
Nah, bro. Hey,
bro. Basically, when I could walk, he's like, "Can you walk? See,
Can you walk and lift shit up? All right, let's go." Like, even if it's like little things, it didn't even matter. I was doing that shit, right? So I've been working with my dad since I was 5 years old, and like I didn't know any better though. Like I thought that was just his life. You go and start working, whatever. So every year up, even through high school, even whatever. Like through my entire school age, everyone in summer is going to summer camps and they're going out for the weekend and vacations. Nah, dude, if I wasn't in school, I was working. I was working hard. So now 32 years old working, and people like, we get new guys coming in and they can't handle some hard work. I'm like, it's just work, dude. It's just work. Right. So if you look back, I missed out on summer camps. I missed out on fucking like, just fucking sitting around being lazy shit during the summers and on the weekend going out with my friends and shit. I missed all that shit, but I have work ethic that's second to nobody, to none. Like when people say you can't outwork me, you can't outwork me, dog. Like when I'm dead set and focused and ready to go, I'm not being outworked. And that has to do with like that work ethic my dad put in me, but I didn't know it was bad. Like it was like kind of shitty at the time, but looking back, I'm like, God damn, I would have minded a couple summers off. Like that'd have been nice. Right. Like, so
But that is a good one though, man, because having a good work ethic is hella important. Like you don't know it until you're older, and now that you fucking got a family and you got to provide, it's like, okay, true. It's a good thing that I don't mind going to work because you need fucking money. You have to work in life to get your shit. So
yeah, and like when you put in that kind of work, especially watching my dad, build up his own company and shit into where it is now, it's like I want that now. Right? I want to build my own shit. So I'm working on it. It's hard work, it's extra hours, but I'm used to that shit. That's just what I know life to be. It's just hard work and you just go. You just do it. So that's what it is, man. UC saying university. Yeah, school. School could be schools are rough. People shit on college kids and stuff like that. I went through that too. I went to my 4 years in school while doing a full-time job. That shit sucked. All right.
Oh God. I didn't even make it through high school, Jack. Believe me. I get it.
Yeah.
School's rough, bro.
Yeah, and thanks for the kind words you see to all three of us. We appreciate it, man. All right, if that's it for us, anything else, Jesse? Anybody?
Yep, that's it. Good fucking question, Jesse. Good question.
Yeah, I was really good. All right, shout out to Raider, UC, of course. I know Dan from Oregon was here. Gary Cosin was here earlier. Joey, tremendous shitting on me, saying I was dead, whatever, asshole. Fucking, he did come up with a great nickname though for Dickless, so good for him. Anyway,
shout out to Dickless.
Shout out to Dickless. Fuck you, dude. Eat a fat dick. All right, boys. It's gonna do it for us. Shout out to all of you watching the show. Appreciate you guys. Fred, you can follow him at Kirby_May. You can follow Jesse S41 1983. Follow me at Elaw31, and the show's at Keyboard MMA. So shout out to SpicesPros.com. Shout out to RepTheWarriors.com. Represent new shit dropping soon. Watch out for that shit.
Gem City podcast as well.
Gem City Jesus podcast. I actually have that queued, so I'm actually listening to that tonight and tomorrow. So that's gonna work out. All right. Don't forget to fucking subscribe to that on SoundCloud. All right, boys. For myself, Jesse, Fred, the entire team. Appreciate you guys. Y'all are the shit. Good night and good night, Will Shot.